my god! Hello everyone, welcome to Wattson podcast. Woo! So this show where we dive into the fascinating topics with experts from different fields. I'm your host, Miss Bila. And today we are talking about one of the most essential skills in the world, which is English, right? Whether you're a student, a professional, and that also or someone who just loves languages, this episode is for you. Joining us today, special guest, experienced English teacher, Miss Angel. Thank you for being here, Miss.
Thank you for having me today. I'm really excited to share about learning English and also share some insight with you guys. So I'm really hope that you enjoy this video.
Let's start with a little background. Can you tell us about your journey as an English teacher? How did you get into teaching?
Okay, absolutely. So I start my teaching journey since 5 years ago. It started when I entered college. It was a pandemic era, COVID-19.
Yeah.
And at that time, I don't have many activities to do. So I feel really bored in my house. And then at that time, I think like, how about I'm making my own little courses at my own house? And then at that time, my students are the children around my neighborhood. And then after 1 year, I think like, I cannot stop like this anymore. I have to go somewhere and then try something new. And then I saw like a courses place open a recruitment, and then I applied to there. And then I got accepted. And then after that, I saw Wattson open recruitment.
Yeah.
And then I applied, and Alhamdulillah, I got accepted, and here I am as an English teacher at Wattson. So over the years, I already met lots of students with different background, and it was a pleasure for me being the part of their journey to learning English.
Okay, that is a great background from Miss Angel. Many of our listeners are trying to learn English better, right? So what are some common challenges that they face and how can they overcome them?
Actually, when we learn something, especially language, there's so many challenges, right, Miss?
Yeah.
But the biggest challenge that I face when I teach my student, they not confident enough. They really scared to making mistakes. But I always remind them, when you learn something, especially language, it's okay to make mistakes. And then they often ask me like, Miss, is it okay if my grammar is wrong? Yeah, it's okay because you are learning, right? And you are a beginner, so it's okay. And also, mistake is a crucial part when you're learning something. And then I encourage them to speak as much as possible so they can gain their confidence to speak in English.
Yeah, I'm pretty agree with you, Miss, because of our students especially, right? They are really shy to talk in English because of will feel like, oh my god, my grammar is bad, my pronunciation is bad. So because we still learn, that is why we need more practice, especially in speaking, right? That is really good and helpful also for the advice, right? So you have to do more practice. And then now a lot of people also struggling with the pronunciation, like what I said before. So do you have any techniques or exercise that can help?
Yes, pronunciation is tricky, especially in English. There's so many exceptions, right?
Yes.
But the tips is when you want to practice your English, absolutely you can listen to English songs, listen to English podcasts, watching English movie. And then after you know how is the right pronunciation, you have to practice it immediately, right, Miss? Because without practice, it's nothing. After that, you can also find like native speaker to be your speaking partner.
I see.
Because if you have partner, it will be easier to improve your pronunciation.
Yes, that's right. The native speaker, they will know better the pronunciation, right, than us, right? But if we don't have any native speaker, it's also okay. Maybe we can just use the Google, right?
Google.
And then also some AI, because some of AI will also help you to do your pronunciation better. we have to know about how to pronounce it.
Yes.
It's really confusing. Like the one that Q-U-E-U-E, right? Some people will say Kuewe.
Yes, Kuewe.
But it's not Kuewe.
It's just cute.
It's just cute.
Yes.
It's simple as the first letter, right?
Yeah.
But some of people, miss, how to pronounce this one? It's so,
Kuewe.
is it Kuewe?
It's cute.
It's only Q.
Like in Indonesia, there are so many tribes, right, Miss?
Oh, yeah.
I often find like students or maybe also teacher, when they speak in English, they use their dialect. Like Bataknis, when they speak English, they use Bataknis dialect like that.
see.
The accent is using Bataknis or Japanese.
It's not like American or
No.
British. And most of students will take a course because of that.
Yes.
Because, oh my god, miss, the accent of my English teacher is Japanese.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What is different?
Basically, it's also okay, right? Because we're still learning. And then for the accent, maybe we can practice it after you know already the pronunciation and then how to make the sentence, right? For the dialect, it's also okay. So no need to be shy because of your dialect, right? It's okay. So you can just practice your English first, and then after that your dialect. Okay. So what do you think are the best way to the learners to immerse themselves in English, even if they don't live in an English country?
Okay, immersion is the key, right?
Yeah.
So I think the best way we can change our phone setting, like and also social media settings into English, and then we can watch movie with English subtitles, even it's Indonesian movie. We can use the English subtitles, and then try to surround yourself with like maybe you can join English club or speaking express in Wattson.
Yeah.
And then of course with native speaker you can find like your friends from another country, maybe from Instagram and also like from Ome TV. It's really helps me actually to speak English when I use Ome TV.
Yeah. Oh, really? So you use OMT?
Yeah. It really helps me.
Which people that you can find from OMT?
I often find from America.
Oh,
Yes, from America. And also sometimes from Japan. But I'm really focused to find someone from America because I want to practice my English.
Yeah, I see. Okay, that is great. That is a nice tip because when I use OMI TV, but I couldn't find anyone that is speak English. So it's really hard actually. So you have to like skip.
Yes, that's right.
Right, so it's quite hard, but it's the best way, right?
Yes,
It's the best way. Nowadays we have technology,
Yes.
right? So we have to use the technology to improve our English, right? So before we wrap up, do you have any final advice or maybe words of encouragement for English learners out there?
Okay, so remember, learning is a process.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared of making mistakes. It takes time, passion, and of course practice. Believe in yourself. Because I also believe you guys that you can do it, so you have to believe yourself. You have to keep up. Don't give up. And then celebrate all of the small process that you have.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for Miss Angel. That is wonderful for sharing your side today. I'm sure that our listeners found this discussion is very helpful. And that is it for today's episode of Wattson Podcast. It's about learning English. If you enjoy this conversation, don't forget to share it and also follow to Wattson Instagram. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious. That's all for our episode of Wattson Podcast. See you. Bye-bye.